There always was a thought that, well, the school is incomplete until we had a junior school. There were a couple of things which convinced me that we ought to move into it now rather than later. The first was that I'd actually come from a Peter XII college, and I saw the advantages of the one-stop shop for the whole family, of the seamless curriculum where you could develop it from, prep way up to year 12, and the ethos of the school, that you didn't have to break in kids when they came here in grade 6 or 7 or 8, whenever they started here, but you had them develop the ethos and the values and beliefs of the school through the student body in an earlier age. And let's face it, most of the competitor schools in the area were Peter XII schools.
So when the junior school started, it felt like we went back in time. So even though the senior school and the middle school had heaps, we were like starting again like in my day. And so we had demountable buildings and very few resources, and people would bring things in from home and say, I found this drawer we can use. And we'd just get so excited about anything new that we got. And any of the furniture we had to unwrap and put it together ourselves. And we were exhausted, but we were so excited because we felt like we were the pioneers. We were starting it all, and I insisted on bringing my younger kids over at that stage because I was like, we've got to be there at the beginning.
My first impression was the beauty of the grounds. It created a sense that you could come and relax and enjoy the space.
I spent 13 years at Redeemer, all the way from junior school, so seeing the junior school develop was incredible. I started out with demountables. It was like a kind of U shape. That was it. It was just like the barren dirt. It had a sandbox, but we didn't get a playground until like a year and a half later. So it was crazy, just going from that to what it is today. There's like so many buildings everywhere. We got the MPC, grade 3, and that was like massive for us. We actually got our proper classrooms, and a place to play.
The wonderful thing about the junior school was that even though not all the facilities were in place because of problems we had, there was a great take-up of places very quickly. We built it and they came.
So when we had kids and we talked about high schools, my husband hated school, and I said to him, I loved high school, the kids are going to my high school. And so he said, yeah, fine. And I think from the beginning they knew that I felt passionate about it and I loved it. And there were still teachers here that had taught me when my older two started. And so that was kind of fun for them, and they'd get comments from the teachers. But they also then made their own way, and it felt more like their school by the time they'd finished.
As the college changed over the 8 years I was here to become a Peter XII school, I'm very aware that Mr Kleinschmidt intended for Redeemer to have an outdoor education program that certainly mirrored the educational philosophies of St Peter's Lutheran College and its Ironbark program. It was also tradition in Lutheran schools that there be a healthy camp program.
The outdoor education experience with Touch Koi, that was like a big experience for me. So Touch Koi is like a 1-month outdoor experience where grade 9s get to go away, basically into the middle of nowhere, and just get a real experience of outdoors, of a little bit of responsibility as well. We go on hikes, do different adventure type things like rock climbing, abseiling, and it was just really nice to get away. No technology, washing your own clothes, making your own meals as well, especially as a 14-year-old.
The thing that I would really hope continues here at Redeemer, which has been a strong tradition here, is that it maintains its strong Christian ethos. I have a great deal of hope for our kids because that particular ethos is still part of this college and will be into the future, I'm sure.
I certainly look forward to seeing how Redeemer continues to flourish and bring good things to the people of this part of Brisbane.